Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Handmade by Shirley, and I'm on doing another one of the collaboration with Meissaprint. So I'm on today with this die cut, which is a Gummiapan D420519 Hog Baira. I'm not sure, it's some kind of, so it's some kind of cabinet, wooden cabinet or cabinet. It has got tiny little handles on here, but they are just a bit too far for me. They're too small, so I'll work on something else for the handles. So this collaboration is with Meissaprint, as I said, for May, June and July. And if you're interested in any of the products, which I hope you will be, you can go along to www.meissaprint.co.uk and at the checkout pop in Shirley10 and you'll get 10% off your order. Okay, so I've went ahead and I've cut out all the pieces. I've cut this out quite a few times and then backed onto some other card. I've got excess drawers here, so all I'm really doing is colouring it all in. And then I've brought some other Gummiapan dies that I had in my stash just to make a sort of little scene with this chest of drawers. So I've already got them all ready to go for colouring. So I've got this dog. Where's the dog? I don't know where the dog is. He's there. So this dog, I've got a hanging basket, which is those. I think that's the basket. I could be wrong. And then the little bit of greenery that goes on the top, and then I've got the cat as well. So I've got those, and I've already gone ahead and I've cut them out a couple of times and stacked them on top of each other. So the dog should be there somewhere, but I'm not seeing him. Where are you? He's wandered off, hasn't he? Oh dear. Oh no, actually, he's on the floor. He has wandered off. Don't know what he's doing on the floor. There we go. So I've cut him out a couple of times. So I have got a card base, which is 5.5 squared, I think it's, yes. And then I've got a grey piece, which is from American Crafts paper. That's 4 3/4. And then this other white piece, which is 4.5. So I'm just going to stick them together, and then I think I'm going to speed you up for the colouring, because it's quite nice watching folk colour in just as a live, but I think just because I don't want the video to linger too long, and sometimes it's quite nice watching somebody colour in to music. It's quite therapeutic, I think. So that just gives us a little border around there. And then this is just a piece of white card from my stash. I don't know where it was from, but just some card, which is not that thick, but it's thick enough. And that just gives another little border all the way round, which is quite nice. I always like to have a kind of border, and if you know me, if you know my videos, I do like square cards. Now this is what I propose to do, so I'm going to have that nose to this side, and the cat's going to be sitting on the top. We're going to colour it in. The dog's going to be down here somewhere, and the hanging basket is probably going to get cut a bit, because Shirley didn't think about it, so it probably needs to be a wee bit nearer to the cat. And the cat is going to be after what's on the hanging basket, and that's my design. And I've got some extra drawers, which I think I might pop on top with some extra bits. So I'm going to speed you up. I've got to colour these in, and then I'll come back and we'll pop the scene together. Okay, enjoy the music. That, I've done all my colouring, and I'm just going to get my card back. So I'm just going to clean this area, with some alcohol. I just use this alcohol hand gel. I find that this gets rid of it quite quickly. So just by using a wipe, my wipes actually dried. My wipes have dried up, so I'm still using them, but just using them with the alcohol hand gel. Right, so let's get our card back. Let's make it go this way, I think. Okay, do it that way, right enough. I don't think that'll make any difference regarding the height of the card. So let's just put this one together. So I'm going to pop, there's my tweezers, I'm going to pop this onto the back of here to get new glue. It's running out. So I'm just going to pop that onto there, like that. And then I'm going to pop this onto there. A bit more there. And that makes a really cool plant pot, I think. Hope you'll agree. Let's get rid of that. And probably some of that on the back. Right. So in order for this to work, we probably have to put this here, and it's going to have to come off a bit off the, because the cat needs to be right next to it, as if he's going to go for it. I'm going for that, I'm going for that, he says, or she says. So I'm wondering if I could cut the bottom of these off, or I could just keep it. I could just keep them on. So let's just pop some glue onto the back of this. Oh, try not to do that though. There we go. So I think we're going to go roughly about here. Slightly down a bit, but that means that it's still on the card. I don't want that amount of glue. So I'll just press that down like that. And let's just pop the cat kind of there. We'll need to pop it on the actual card, on the actual chest of drawers, I should say. It's far too much glue, surely. So let's take some of that back. And let's just have the cat kind of on tippy toes, just there. Oh, why did I do that? Be able to get that off later, I think, because I've got a glue rubber thing, so that should be okay. Come on. Should be able to get that off as well. Right, the dog. We're going to put the dog just down here, and I will ground him with some shading. I'm just going to get rid of that dog there. Eek. Oh dear. Fine. There we go. And then we'll pop this on, and it's going to have to get cut a wee bit because it's too long, but that's okay. So put most of this onto there, and we might have to do a bit there. Dab that back a bit because I don't want it. So put it right next to the cat. Just get rid of these bits, and right, what we'll do is we'll just chop that piece off there, just there. And that should just sit on there like that. Oh, that's better. And then I'm going to look for some nice handles. I'm going to use some gems for the handles, because these were just far too small for me to work with, really too small. So let's see what we've got that we could use. I think we could use those, maybe. Those sort of orangey ones, that could be a possible. Or let's see, what else have we got? use those just as let's see. Or I could just use silvery ones. I'm not sure. I can't decide, you know. Right, I tell you what, let's try these, and if they don't look right, our fingers are covered in glue. I should be able to rub that away with the rubber after, hopefully. Right, let's see, let's try, it might be too big, let's just try one. Oh, of course they're joined together. One of those, or I could have one of these. They're much smaller. Maybe if I could have a mixture. So one there, one there, let's see these ones. Quite big, but they're okay. Cannot forget they're all together in a line, that's the problem. One here, and I put these ones, or I put bigger ones on here as well. No, the drawers are a bit smaller. No, that one's. That one, let's see, yeah, I think I'll go for a couple of big ones there as well. It's quite good with that on, actually, she says. So that's going to be the handles. I mean, obviously, if you're feeling that way inclined to use these, if if you've got this die, if feel that way inclined to do the tiny little, I just couldn't. I think it's just a bit too far for me. I couldn't do them, they're too wee. They're too wee for me. So yeah, so I've done that. So bring it down a bit, she'll look a bit far away. And I will add a, let me see if I can find something that would go. So let's look for a wording. See if I can find something that might work. What about life was meant for great adventure? And we can just chop this in half. That over here, so we can just chop life was meant, I'll just chop it there, so I'll just put that just kind of there, I think, I'll try and see that's straightish. For great adventure, I can put just kind of here, that'll work. Oh, what's that? Don't know. Something that shouldn't be there. And there we go. So that is my card for the collaboration using this die here. I didn't use handles. I used a few of the other dies that I showed you already. And as I say, this is a collaboration with Gummiapan, with Meissaprint even, Gummiapan, Alexander Renka, and much more stockists. If you're interested in any of the products that you've seen in the video, go over to www.meissaprint.co.uk and put code Shirley10 and you'll get 10% off your order at checkout. Thanks so much for watching. Do let me know your thoughts and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.